Rolling. Okay.
It's really giving me some shit to think about.
I said yes when Epidemic came calling to go see Johnny Marr in Manchester because it's Johnny freaking Marr. He's done everything.
I'm so grateful to have Johnny Marr as a mentor.
He's such a sage and prolific musician.
And the whole cultural scene of Manchester with Johnny Marr in it and the Smiths and everything. I'm really looking forward to experiencing that.
Let's do it, baby.
I tend to operate on a fairly straightforward rule of thumb, which is if you've got a vibe off someone's music, the chances are you're going to get along with them, you know.
My journey with music, it's been an adventure, and I'm so grateful for each and every experience.
I find it a lot easier to express myself through music, especially when I write it myself.
It's given me a lot of support in my life. I'm still learning from making music.
It was all really about a chance to communicate with some musicians from a different music culture to me, different age to me, a different time. It's all been really interesting before I even met them, really.
My name is Rebecca Mardal, and I'm from Sweden, and I'm a producer and a guitar player.
My name is Kylie Daly. I'm a singer-songwriter in Nashville, Tennessee.
My name is Kristoffer Mo Dittlesen, and I'm a contemporary classical composer, and I live in Sweden.
I'm excited to meet him, obviously. I'm excited to see his studio. I'm excited to pick his brain on everything guitar-related.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Oh my God, it's like the dreams. It's gonna be great.
Okay. Did you write any riffs on the acoustic that you later recorded on?
Oh, loads, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've done that. I've done that a lot. But I tend to like backing it up. There's a really simple electronic riff that goes, but now I hear it on acoustic. I should have kept it.
With the feedback I get from Johnny Marr, I mean, I'm absolutely going to implement it into my own work, my own style, my own way of writing, for example. I mean, how he works with scores, and I'm going to pick his brain on that and then try to implement it as much as possible into my own stuff.
So it might be a dumb question, but what are you thinking about, environments or nature or?
I always have pictures in my head. It could be like a movie, like scenes like repeating, and then I write music to that.
It feels like the ocean and mountains and sky and everything, but like really big like that.
Yeah. When you come up with a melody in your head, you're in a certain place, like in your mind, and and everything has to lock up precisely right. Because if you're not in that environment, when you try to remember the melody, you're never gonna remember it. So you have to be in the right place for it.
That's right. Yeah, I think environment's really important.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why I'm so attached to this place, because often you look out the window and my environment is the sound of the Smiths, the sound of Joy Division, the sound of Cabaret Voltaire, the northwest of England. It's got, when I drive to work, it has that vibe about that industrial vibe, which is good for my music, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I have a different feeling when I go to different places. I assumed that he was very into environment because his music sounds very environmental. And I recognise the influence of Hans Zimmer in there. I mean, he's such a colossus in the film compositional world.
I've got a question about when you're working with Hans. How does that work? How does the dynamic work between you?
Generally what happens is, if on the movies that I've done with him, he's got a bunch of preliminary music and he goes, I want to drop guitar on it. I sit behind him with a double neck guitar because that gives me 2 shots at my idea. Simple as that. I'm sat there and as he's trying different keys and I'm going, is it gone to E minor now? So I can hear through one ear, I'm constantly sort of checking out what he's doing, and then he'll go, Mr. Marr. And I go, got it. In the case of Inception, they had the music, but to me, it was almost like obvious that I was going to go. It was just so simple. He thought, how did he know what to, because I'm all the time like on his shoulder, like just trying to anticipate. I mean, it doesn't always work, but it's a good little cheat.
Then you're ready.
Yeah.
ready to pounce
Yeah.
like a guitar panther. With Christopher, there's something in those sort of chord changes that he does, and again, it's a soulful thing. It was exactly the same with Kylie. I think with Kylie, though, because there was lyrics as well. Lyrics are give you slightly more of an insight. Music's abstract, instrumental music, and I just thought she's a really, obviously, very skillful songwriter.
By Sunday, backseat tune, pair of bluebirds pick around on the roof.
It like made me think of like being in the back seat of a car. Like it made me think, or like being on a subway, like and just watching. Like you're listening to something and it just happens to be like right. You feel like you're in the universe or just having this like perfect moment. That's what it made me think of. That's where the song came from.
Tell me about when you wrote it. Did the melody of the verse get you into writing the song?
I like to write something that I would just say. Like I think it feels like you would just say it in a conversation, and that feels better to me to like write that way than otherwise.
Forsooth.
Yeah, exactly.
Start using words
Yeah,
to
like
try
a
and
word
impress
that's
people.
like impossible. Exactly.
Yeah.
If I don't know what it means, if I don't know how to say it, I won't put it like in a song.
Yeah.
And I also find that like I feel like common language is the most beautiful. Like it's how we communicate day to day, and it is poetic to me.
Yeah, I agree. That's a really nice thing. Regular conversation, regular speech is pretty, but still poetic.
Absolutely. Yes.
Simple. But I think it's because it's really, it's elegant.
Thank you. Thanks so much. I'm glad you like it. That's good news for me.
Of course it's.
That would have been terrible if you didn't.
I know, I would have said so.
I know you would have. I know, you're a truth teller.
No. I was thinking about the creative process. Even if you think you've got a really good, solid idea, the artistic process can just take you off somewhere else.
Totally.
It's kind of good to want to have to keep your ideas sort of stashed, whatever. You needn't throw them away. You can just see where they go.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with fixing stuff up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, that's where craft comes into it. But there's also that unknown bit, I think. That thing of being okay with the mystery, Rebecca's a really soulful guitar player, and has some really good soulful chord changes. So I know myself well enough to go, I don't have to overthink it. I don't have to go, what is this she's doing here? What's she trying to do? I just think, well, there's a soulful musician in there, And I was right. What kind of bands were you? Were you in like a hard rock band or
punk rock, metal, neo soul, jazz type bands? We played functions over all the northwest of England, just sitting in bars and restaurant playing jazz.
What do you want to do?
So I want to play my guitar with different people in different settings, write with my guitar. Just want to play guitar. Fundamentally, just want to play guitar.
Yeah.
With a bunch of cool people.
Yeah. It's funny that you bring that up because I'd rather be able to play with someone quite well than be amazing on my own.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And I think as guitarists, many people would rather go that route of, this is me. I'm going to do the solo. I'm going to sound the best. And I'm going to fucking shred this thing. But I think the best guitarists are people like you who's like, no, it needs to be right for the setting. And we need to be right together rather than, oh, here's my solo, guys.
Think of it as being in the band. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that piece doesn't need anything though, does it? I mean, that is, how long is it?
3.5 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a bit unsure what I'm going to do about the B section, that very floating bit, because it's in 6/8, I recorded arpeggio, second guitar going dum, 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 dum. So you can really hear that 6/8, but I'm unsure if I'm going to use that.
I mean, it's easy for me to say, but maybe from a sort of outsider's point of view though, because it's not very long, is it, really?
No.
It's not even 4 minutes.
No.
I don't think you need to do anything with it. I think it's an amazing piece of music. Next.
Done
You know what I mean? No, I
dusted.
think so. Right, this is me making Rebecca some tea. I think it's pretty if you're talking about the shorthand of music and the connection people have to music, because we've spent the day together and I've not been asked about anything to do with the tropes of indie rock or being an indie musician or the 80s. It's all about process, feeling, inspiration, creativity. It's got nothing to do with culture, really. It's to do with something more personal than that and on a sort of deeper level.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap on the bridge, Manchester with Johnny Marr.
Thank you.
Woo!
Inspiration does exist, but it has to find your work in, that Picasso one, yeah.
I like that.